Hello everyone, my name is Appleguy, and welcome back to another episode of Let's Play The Legend of Zelda The Wind Waker HD. In the previous video, we arrived here on Windfall Island, and we found out what the pirates were up to. They were going to take bombs to try and forcefully enter Jabun's hideaway on Outset Island. We have won some bombs from them, so we're gonna do that exact same thing, but we're gonna do it before they do. First off though, the mail. It never fails, it makes me want to wag my tail. When it comes, I want to wail. Mail! Notice from Beetle's Shopship. It's time for our semi-annual Big Chance Extravaganza. We have a new product that has burst onto the scene, bombs. We're receiving an extra special sale on this choice item for a limited time only. You'll know where to find us by checking the enclosed Beetle's Shopship chart. Visit a Beetle's Shopship near you, often not available in all regions. Don't miss this huge opportunity from Beetle. So yes, we have Beetle's chart now. We will be able to locate his shop at any moment we need to now. Probably should have rotated through the other way, but I actually have more treasure charts that I need to open. If I could actually open them, there we go. I'll tell you what, something that would have been great to add would be to automatically open sea charts. Alright, so here you go. As you can see, Beetle has a shop ship in all these regions. Good to know in case we're ever in need of a Beetle shop ship. Thankfully though, we are all Beetle shop shipped out, and we have tons of bait for our trip back to Outset Island, because we do know Jabun is hiding there. So we're going to go right now and hopefully find him. Well done, our preparations are complete. What if what the girl says is true? The pirates won't be leaving until morning. You must meet with Jabun and get the pearl from him before they arrive. Let us delay no longer, Link. Alright, so let's get a move on right away. Actually, by right away, I mean while I figure out where we need to go. That is... we'll go straight south for a little while. Yeah, we'll move in two directions. We'll start with that. We'll go straight south, then straight west. And we'll move on from there. Alright, boom. So straight south. Perfect. So we have just a whole ton of sailing to do. What's great though is that we do have things to do. If you'll check the map, you'll notice that this will take us through, I don't know, 4 uncharted territories, which is superb, because that means we'll be able to harvest some very wonderful map locations. By the way, this is what happens when you pull the bombs out. You get a cannon, and you can fire the cannon. So you can totally do that if need be. We have to watch out for the wind tunnel that will appear here. What is it called? The tornado. I gotta watch out for the tornado. We also have to be on the lookout for a certain fish jumping out of the water, because I want him to draw on my map. See, there is the wind, and okay, the fish is right next to it. Okay, map fish, let's see what we can do here. If you touch the the tornado, you will get blown off course. You'll get teleported to a random square, which could be a blessing in our case. We could get taken to a better, closer location to Outset Island, but it could also ruin us. So we'll have to figure out what to do here. We'll just grab this and then get our distance as far away as we can from the terrifying structure of wind. Alright, yes, please chart my map, sir. Thank you, thank you. And this gives us a map that looks like a triangle. Good to know. Very good to know. And there's the tornado. Let me tell you something, small fry. The school on that Windfall Island has one gorgeous teacher. But the thing is, this gang of 4 little hoodlums is always causing trouble for her. Those little delinquents like to cause all sorts of trouble. They go climbing in trees and hiding behind buildings instead of going to school. What a bunch of savages. Somebody's got to scold those scoundrels and set them straight for the poor sake of the teacher. You hear that, Fry? Ah, so he's actually giving us outdated information, because that is something we did much earlier in the series. We had to help out the teacher's name, Miss I don't remember. What the heck? How am I blanking? Miss Sunshine? No, that's like... okay, hold on. I'm googling it. I'm doing it live. Wind Waker teacher name Marie. Miss Marie. That's what it was. Okay, well, Ms. Marie. That's her name. We know it for reals now, which is good. See, I would cut out some of the sailing, but it's like the content of the game. But because we're going to be charting a bunch of locations, I don't really want to cut anything out, because that's like actual pseudo content. But if it takes too long for us to get to Outset Island, then I will consider cutting things out. Hopefully it won't be too bad. Like I said though, we're going to be getting a whole ton of islands and a lot of information out of the map fishes, so it'd be nice to know. Alright, here we are. Let's go ahead and get a drawing. I believe this is going to be another dice island, or dice-looking island. Yes, this is 6 Eye Reef. Has 6 dots, like a 6 on a die. They got a shop over there on Windfall Island, a nice outdoor shop. Did you know that, small fry? And in that shop they got this really nice looking safe that looks to be brimming with full of riches, and they just leave it sitting outside, day and night. I'll tell ya, one of these days that thing is gonna get hauled off by a thief, mark my words, Fry. Of course, if I were to find a thief in the act of thieving, I'd stop the perpetrator right there and catch them red-handed. I'm sure if I did, the owner of the shop would thank me. Yeah, he'd be happy. That'd be the honest thing to do. Alright, that's a hint for something much later on in the game, so we're gonna have to keep that one in mind for now. By the way, if you look in the top left corner underneath our magic meter, you'll notice that the bombs/cannon add-on to the King of Red Lions has been added to our D-pad, so we don't need to have the bombs equipped to either R, Y, or X. We can just use them on the boat through the D-pad, which is super convenient. Obviously, it was not a feature in the original game. You'd need to go through and equip the items that you want. You even needed to equip the sail when you wanted to use that, so it was a little inconvenient. Thankfully, they went ahead and patched that in for the HD remake. Unfortunately, they didn't think to do that with the masks in Majora's Mask or the boots in Ocarina of Time, but that's a problem for another day, I guess. It's not something we can really talk about now. Ocarina of Time's 3D remake is arguably the best version of the game. I would still take the GameCube version any day, but that's because I'm a purist. Majora's Mask's 3D remake is a bit of a mixed bag. They changed a lot of things. Thankfully in the Wind Waker HD they kept a lot of things as they were, and they only really did positive quality of life changes, as opposed to things that would negatively impact you. Another island to chart here. It's another random triangle one. Kinda looks like a Dorito, if you will. A famed pictographer lives far to the north of here on Windfall Island. He's apparently real wise and talented in the ways of pictography. He's even said that legendary pictographs that he treasures above all other things. He keeps them hidden away in a secret safe, or so they say. By the way, small fry, what exactly is a pictograph anyway? Ah, interesting. So some more information about the Pictograph Man, who technically is like our supervisor, because we're like his assistant or something. It's just what we signed up for when we showed him the pictures of the 3 people. We have 1 island left to chart here, and then it will be a straight shot to the west. Although, what I could do is get this one right here and then start going. Okay, we're gonna chart a lot more. Don't worry, we're charting today. We're on a charting mission, right? That's what you do in this game. You got to fill out your map. All right, so here we are. We've got the map fish dead ahead. We're gonna have to toss him some bait, and then we're gonna go straight west for 2 squares, and then south 1 square, and we will be at Outset Island, which is a great place to go. It's actually the place where we started our adventure a whole, what, 23 episodes ago? A while ago. You guys are just hopping into the series now. There's a playlist link in the description where you can watch all of the series thus far, and, you know, if you're wanting to watch a lot of Zelda content, I've also played through Ocarina of Time and through Majora's Mask. You can find that by clicking on my channel. Also hit subscribe and like. Listen up, small fry. This is just between you and me. On Outset Island, buried beneath the black soil, there's some serious treasure. I know it sounds like I'm trying to pull your leg here, but I'm serious. Try digging there. What, you haven't got anything to dig with? I'd say try using an animal or something. Work smarter, not harder, small fry. Alright, so there's some special treasure hidden behind the dark soil on Outset Island. Now, we actually don't know where that dark soil is. I never pointed it out when we were there the first time, but maybe I'll point it out when we are there, when we arrive in hopefully just a few minutes. We have 2 more pieces of bait in our R slots, and thankfully there's 2 more uncharted islands before we make it to Outset. So we're going to grab these 2, and then arrive on Outset and do some very serious exploration. And just a little hint, if you guys need reading glasses to read, I would recommend starting to search for those reading glasses, because you're going to have some reading to do. Sorry, but it's just what's gotta be. And if that doesn't make sense right now, just hold on. Hopefully it'll make sense in a little bit. Hey, giant hurricane, tornado, windstorm, water-bound scariness to the right there. 150% avoid that. Alright, that one is actually even more dangerous than previously thought. That windmill, I keep calling them windmills. Wind tunnel. They're dangerous. Stay away from that one specifically. Alright, hey, here's another map fish, which means another place for our map. We can chart it up and get a move on. Very, very excited. Here we go. We know the map fish. He always writes little doodles. I wonder how the map fish knows what the islands look like. He must do some serious communication. That looks like a fish or a shark swimming. He must do some serious communication with the birds, because there's no way he could see a bird's eye view of the island. Tell me, small fry, have you ever been caught in one of those cyclones? The wind deity, Cyclones, used those cyclones to fly across the sea instantaneously, or so I've heard. Could just be a rumor. Boy, if you had that power, you wouldn't have to spend so much time sailing back and forth across the sea all the time. Wouldn't that be nice, Fry? But let me tell you, there's no way he'll give up his power so easily. You can't get near that guy. You have to figure out how to shoot him from a distance. Don't you have a weapon that can pierce things from a distance? You know, whip, I tell you. You get my point, Fry? Alright, so some information about those cyclones. Something I was sort of hinting at. Thanks for just spilling the beans. But yeah, for the meantime, we need to avoid those cyclones, which I guess is their official term. Cyclones make sense. They're not really tornadoes, because tornadoes is land-based, I would think. But yes, there is an evil deity named Cyclones. We heard about him back on Dragon Roost, actually, when we got our very first song for the Wind Waker. And we just need to avoid him. It's just what we need to do. Okay, the map fish is all the way over there to the right, and then it's a straight shot south. That's actually Outset Island right there. In the distance, you can see its shadow. Wow, it's like Shadow Moses Island from Metal Gear Solid. Wow. Right, over there to the right, what is that, the shark? Over there to the right, you can see a much smaller cyclone. That one back there, where that other fish was, that's a special cyclone, and Wind Waker HD is lagging. I'll tell you what, old games never lagged. This game, I guess, just has too much going on for the Wii U. I don't know. Lag is weird. Lag is a very, very weird thing. Here we go. Alright. And this is our last island charting for the episode, and then we're going to be beelining it to the south, which is something everyone's excited for, I hope. It's a 5-Eye Reef. So we have, what, 1, 3, 5, and 6, I think? Long ago, there was a huge fairy who lived south of here in the forest of Outset Island. But now all that's left are that ruins of the fairy fountain where she lived. It's sort of sad. But to tell you the truth, I hear there is still a fairy there. Yep, she's still alive and kicking down there, Fry. That's all the info I've got to offer. Interesting, so there is potentially a fairy on Outset Island. Well, we're actually returning to Outset Island, so maybe at some point we'll get the opportunity to take a peek and confirm or deny that rumor. We'll have to see once we get there. Maybe that's something we'll do, I don't know, in the next episode? Who knows? Who knows? We did actually see that, I think, in episode 2? Or maybe episode 3. We were in the forest finding Tetra when she was hanging from a tree. She was, like, caught by her shirt neck or something. And there was a sign that said, "Here lies the remains of the fairy fountain." We're like, oh, okay, interesting. We took note of it, and, well, sounds like that sign and the map fish are in agreement that there could be a fairy fountain somewhere in that forest. Hey, Outset is just straight ahead on the horizon. We're going to be approaching it very, very soon. And I think the King of Red Lions will take over and direct us where we need to go. But if not, I know where to go. You notice there is a map fish still popping up. However, that map fish isn't very important because Outset is a given island. It's mapped on its own. There's no need for you to map it yourself. Yes, the King of Red Lions will take over. Awesome. Okay. Have you noticed, Link? Morning has not broken since we arrived at Great Fish Isle. That land was so ravaged by monsters. It is as if time itself is frozen. Perhaps this is the curse that Velu spoke of. For whatever the reason, if this night does not end, then we need not worry about the pirates overtaking us. In fact, it might not be a bad idea for you to visit your hometown and family after such a long time. We can speak with Jabun after you do. King! Ah, what a clown. Alright, King of Red Lions wants us to go talk to Grandma, so we're going to say hi to Grandma. Alright, because she is alone. Errol's gone. I'm gone. It's cold outside. It's time to take a quick visit to Grandma's house. Oh, hello, Grandma. Oh, Link, Errol, don't go there. Don't leave. Don't leave your poor old Grandma all alone. Grandma, what is wrong? Guys, she's sick. Grandma is sick. Grandma, no. Grandma, how could you be sick? If we pull out a fairy from a bottle, we can heal Grandma. Just like that. Oh, Link, is that you, Link? Grandma's always happy to see your bright, shining face. Link, my dear, sweet Link, you're safe. That's wonderful, just wonderful. Did you do this? Did you heal me? Oh, you're such a sweet child. Oh, that's right. You and your sister Errol are trying so hard to be strong, and I've just been sitting here, moaning and worrying. I'm your grandmother. I'm the one who should be taking care of you. I'm sorry, Link. I haven't considered what you must be going through. I'm a terrible grandma. Link, this is all I have to give you right now. You can keep it in your empty bottle. Grandma gives us the Elixir Soup. This soup your grandmother makes replenishes all of your life energy and magic power. Your attack power also doubles until the first time you take damage. Now that is one hearty soup. And your kind old grandmother filled the bottle so full that there's 2 helpings inside. Isn't she the sweetest? You and your sister love this soup, don't you? If you run out, I can make it for you anytime you like. Grandma's going to be strong, so you try and be strong too. But don't do anything reckless, alright? Alright, ladies and gentlemen, if we drink the Elixir Soup, our health will be maxed out, our magic will be maxed out, and we will receive double damage until we take damage next. So we're going to go ahead and refill the bottle of soup. It is an infinite source, however you can only have 1 bottle at a time. You can't fill up both our bottles with Elixir Soup right now, which is okay. We don't particularly need it, I'd say. 1 bottle with 2 servings is plenty. Alright, you'll notice that our sword has a glow to it. That indicates we are dealing twice the damage. If we wanted to prevent this or get rid of it, we would just need to get hit, but why would you want to get rid of double damage? It's literally twice the amount of damage you could be doing. We want it. Are you ready? If that is the case, we must search the cave around the backside of Outside Island, where Jabun is said to hide. Alright, thank you, King of Red Lions, for the idea to go visit Grandma. Very nice of you, and, well, I'm sure she appreciated it. And thankfully we had a fairy on hand. There is another place you could get fairies nearby, so if you didn't have a fairy for some reason, that's okay. Hey, there's a giant whirlpool back here! And with a giant whirlpool comes a challenge. This is a cannonball challenge and also a challenge for the hardware that is the Wii U, I suppose. Because we need to deal massive damage to this stone wall. This wall right here is blocking... Oh wait, we have a limited amount of bombs. We should be careful. Yes. Oh shoot, wait. Oh my gosh. I don't think any of those hits counted. I have to make sure I should focus. Yeah, you have to hit this target each time there's a flashing red one. You need to hit that. You have a limited amount of time because you get too close to the middle, you will get sucked away. And you also have a limited amount of bombs. So there's a lot of things making this difficult. Thankfully, there are only a handful of places you need to hit, and it gets easier as you get towards the end. So there you go. I'd say just wait until you're close enough to where your target's cursor is true, and then you can go ahead and launch those bombs away. Literally. That will expose the cave in the back of Outset Island, which will allow us to swim in to find someone you should be expecting to see. It's a giant fish! This is Lord Jabun, and he speaks the language of the Hylians, which is a language Link doesn't understand. But I will edit the English translations onto the screen. One thing I want to talk about really quickly before I pass through this screen is that Jabun resembles Jabu Jabu from The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, both in name and appearance. Don't know if that's intentional or not. I'm sure it's like a little playoff, or maybe they're the same person. Who knows? Let's continue the conversation. Well met indeed, Jabun. I'm pleased to see that you are safe. Yes, it seems Ganon has returned. There can be no other explanation. Unfortunately, that is not so. The one I have brought with me has no connection to the legendary hero, and yet I sense great promise in the courage that this one possesses. I do. It is the only way. And whatever he said, apparently, is a positive thing, because he's just gonna hand over the pearl. No dungeon required. No boss fight. No dungeon item. You got Nehru's pearl. The water spirit Jabun was kind enough to give you this jewel, a treasure of one of the goddesses. And, well, conversation over, I guess. So, that foul rain and endless night were indeed elements of the curse brought on us by Ganon. He must intend to cast this land into pure darkness for all time. I believe I have. Bye, Jabun. And with that, that's the third and final pearl. Ganon's curse has been broken by the power of the pearl that Jabun gave us, so morning should come soon. It is well that we have gathered all of the pearls. Are you ready, Link? I have marked the places on your map where you must set the pearl of the sea chart. Once you placed each of the pearls in its proper location, the proving grounds for your courage will become apparent. Clearly, the search for Jabun has shown that Ganon has begun to make efforts to block our path forward. It is certain that the perils ahead will be greater than any you have faced thus far. You should finish any business you have here on Outset right now, so that you shall not have any regrets later. Alright, good to know. I believe we can re-enter the cave, but there's nothing in here for us. Jabun won't re-emerge or anything. Yeah, we're just kind of chilling here in the cave. It's a cool place. It's got nice textures and stuff. This cave is actually where we're going to end off today's episode. We made a whole ton of progress. We got a lot of sea chart stuff. We healed Grandma, got a new soup, and we now have the third and final pearl. So that is going to be all for now. I want to thank you all so much for watching. If you have enjoyed, please hit like and subscribe, and tell your friends about the channel if you think they would enjoy it. It means a lot to me when you guys share my videos around. I'll catch you guys all back here next time for the next episode of Let's Play The Legend of Zelda, The Wind Waker HD. Until then, as always, take care.